You can't be doing business as usual right now. You can't be doing your marketing as you always do it right now because there's a lot of uncertainty. This is not a political thing. There is no doubt that on everybody's minds, whether you're wearing your consumer hat and you're out there buying stuff, or you're wearing your business hat and you're thinking about the different products and services you need for your business, that there's uncertainty about what's going to happen with the economy. Where should we be spending our money? Should we be saving our money? And there are some very specific tactics that you could be doing in your marketing, in your communication, that could change everything in terms of the level of engagement that you're getting right now. And also, you want to make sure you're not losing business to your competition because they are talking about this uncertainty in a very specific way. First of all, it's on everybody's mind. Wonderkin just came out with some really interesting data, and it showed 91% of consumers and business professionals are aware of the economic uncertainty. I'd love to see who the other 9% are that aren't aware. And only 6% in the survey said they aren't concerned. So everybody's aware, everybody's concerned. Now, the other key metric is this: 46% say they will remain loyal only if they get the best price, meaning loyalty is kind of out the window during uncertainty. Value and price messaging are everything in your business and your consumer offers. The other wild stat is that 43% of people, both business and consumers, say they'd opt into email or text message promotions just to get a better price. You say, well, it's only 43%. That number is normally 24%. So now is the time that we want to be communicating in a very specific way about price, about value. Now is the time that we want to be going after and asking people for their information and offering them discounts and price breaks if they do give us that information. So what are the specific tactics that we should be thinking about as it relates to uncertainty in all of our messaging? Let's first talk about email subject lines. There are some very specific words and phrases that if you put at the start of your email subject line, doesn't matter if you're marketing to consumers or business professionals, that are lifting the percentage of people opening up emails. So right now, if you start your subject line with things like price transparency, what you need to know, but you started with price transparency, or you started with no surprises, just whatever savings, no surprises at the start, or even just the word budget at the very start, or things like price stability or rate freeze. All of these phrases and these one words started at the start of your subject line are lifting email open rates by about 15% right now. Why? Because again, it doesn't matter if it's affecting your business. What matters is you telling people, hey, listen, don't worry, our prices aren't going to go up. Or if they are going to go up, that you're being real with them, that now is the time to lock that in. So now they've opened up the email. The thing inside of your email that's a game changer as it relates to uncertainty communication are your call to action buttons. Those long rectangular buttons that you put inside your email so you want people to click on. The words that you're putting on those buttons actually are having a huge impact right now on performance of campaigns. So for example, on your call to action buttons, instead of just writing things like learn more or start now or whatever, if on your call to action buttons, you actually talk to the uncertainty and you write things like lock in your Q2 rate, secure this price, reserve your discount. You actually write those entire words, those phrases, those sentences on those rectangular buttons. We're seeing it lift click-through rates. Click-through rates on the business side about 15%, on the consumer side about 20%. That costs you no money. It takes you 5 seconds to change. And why does it work so well? Because it speaks to the mindset of where we are. We want to know that I'm not going to be paying more if I do this one thing right now. You have to get in that mindset. Now, there are other things you could do beyond email to really, I don't want to say leverage uncertainty, but factor uncertainty into how you are communicating. And one of the key things right now to drive engagement and also to take the temperature on where your audience is with everything are using polls. Running a poll on LinkedIn, running a poll on Instagram. Right now, polls are generating a 200% higher average engagement rate on LinkedIn and Instagram if they're about uncertainty in the economy versus regular polls. So you can run a poll that may say something like, is your team spending more, less, or the same this quarter? Or What's the first budget line you'd cut? Or what's your biggest concern right now? Whatever. And you have these polls. And what it does is not only do you get the engagement, not only do you seem like you are in the moment with everybody that you're communicating with, but you also now have all this data on what people are thinking about, what is actually going on with them. So the other thing to think about that's working really well, and I know a lot of you would be like, no, I don't want to do that, are pop-up contact captures. Yes, I know this from like 10 years ago, but this is working so well. And it doesn't have to be on your homepage right when they get to the site. They could be on your pricing page, it could be on different pages throughout your website. But when you do a pop-up right now during these uncertain times, okay, pop-ups are crushing it. Remember early on, I said that 43% of people are willing to opt in right now to give their information to get a discount? That is all about pop-ups. You do a pop-up on your pricing page, on your product page, and you say, hey, you want 10% off? Just give us your email address. Just give us your phone number so we can SMS message you, right? Pop-ups are doing better than they've ever done right now because they're giving people those discounts that they want. The last thing to think about is giving your sales team something that they can use. Create a one-page PDF about what is going on, and so that they can send it out to prospects, to their existing customer base. Maybe it's a one-page PDF document that says how to justify software spend to finance, or 5 things procurement will ask and how to answer. Give your sales team that one document, that one thing that they could send off to everybody they need to send off with, to let them seem and be in the moment. That's the key thing right now. You want to make sure that you are speaking to your audience and your customers and your prospects in a way that they feel comfortable with what you're doing. And we see it from all the big brands. Nestle's out there right now with their stock up and save campaign. Nike's out there right now with their shop now before prices rise. Caterpillar's out there with building through uncertainty campaign. JB Hunt, Tariff Smart Logistics Solutions. This is not going away anytime soon. And if you're still operating with your playbook that you developed in November of last year, and you haven't adjusted it to the mindset of where we're at right now, it doesn't matter who you're marketing to, you're not just leaving opportunity on the table, you're leaving the opportunity for your customers to come in and take your customers from you. Hey, thanks for checking out the video. Hope you could like and subscribe so we could stay connected. We're putting out a lot of new videos every single week.